My photo shoot was published in Insomnia magazine, and I want to show you how the creative process worked. This is the edition. So this is basically the vibe. The total concept was just having all of the craziest, the quirkiest, the funnest clothes that I personally own, and put it all together for maximalism, because we're so over being minimalist and beige. That's not me. And on Pinterest, I scoured the internet and I found a lot of cool doodle graphics. And I was like, oh, there was one specifically that looked like eggs. You know, eggs but with a stalk. So I was like, I'm gonna do that. And so that's what I did. I drew all of these egg, like plant thingies, and you can see better. I just layered them all over, combining them with like a halftone vibe with like the dots from, you know, newspapers. And that's what I did with this photo. It's one of my favorites from the series. Basically, I made everything black and white in this halftone, like dotted edit. And then I just masked all of the colors that I wanted, which is just the orange, the blue, and the yellow were the main colors that are like a red thread through the entire series, because it's just so colorful. I needed to have some focal points to make it more cohesive. For comparison, this is what it looked like. And I like this part where I put Duck a plaster on her nose because it's just so cute, and I got it from Korea. So basically this was the vibe. We just played around on a playground, you know. Then I just started doodling in Photoshop and was like, I'm getting somewhere. I started photographing all of the accessories we used and decided to just throw them on there as well. And boom. So this is what happens. And then I was like, I need more shadow. I needed to pop more. So I started with overlaying and like putting it under the main object. And I was like, maybe a little bit less dense. So I started with the halftone. And then decided like, yeah, that really works. Just add a bit more of the doodling. So to get that fun, playful vibe, but also make things more stand out, because it's just so busy. There's just so much going on. Because not just the accessories, but also like the prints on the shoes, on the socks, everything was just maximalist. And if you look at the different themes, there were 4 outfits. One of them was just all in yellow with eggs. So we had a Gudetama shirt, and we had all of these cute hair accessories. And I had my Gudetama necklace I got in Japan. So here's the full look again, with yellow on yellow on yellow in front of a yellow wall. Actually, an old person came by and he was like, oh, you're just yellow on yellow, it doesn't work. I'm like, yes, it does. He's like, no, it's not working. I'm like, yes, it does. Move along. And he wouldn't shut up. But we moved along. We found more yellow because I won't let people tell me what to do with the creative vision, because it's my vision and I need it to be intact. You trust the process is what it is. Trust the process. Also, don't let other people who are definitely not the people where you want to be in, the people who are doing what you want to do, you know, or maybe not even in the industry, because like, what is a retired pensioner who probably has not been in fashion photography advising you on? Be careful who you take advice from, okay? People can have opinions, but they can also keep them to yourself. Thank you. And like I said, this did get published. So, and not everything has to be for everybody. This is very specific. A lot of people might totally hate this. That's cool. That's cool. That's what art is. Let's get back to the process. So basically, we had a kind of race against the sunset, but I was like, I will have a flash. I want to try some flash photography. Let's work it out. And it was beautiful. You can't see it in the edit, but it was still beautiful how this one window here was lit up and the rest was blue, which was on theme. But yeah, then it just ended up being orange, and we took the blue and this kind of orangey red and highlighted it. And I got some stickers up here to, you know, just add, instead of accessories, I wanted to do something different. And then I added some flowers that are taken from this sweater to still keep it busy, but also keep it queer, not too many shapes and forms, you know. And this was the final look. This is the sweater I'm actually wearing. I love this so much. But I changed the makeup in post. Like, this wasn't real makeup, and sure, it's very dramatic. It's way too much. I would never walk around with that. But, you know, I just wanted to keep the colors bold. And I did. And this one actually is an earring. It's a super cute earring, and she's wearing it, and other little accessories that I also change the color of in post to keep it in line with the color scheme. Here are some more of the accessories. We actually didn't put on the model, but I thought it would really be cool framing for this. Even though the background is very busy with the graffiti, it's still the colors of the red and the yellow and the blue that are seen throughout the entire series. And out of all of the 4 looks, I think this one was my favorite. And sadly, this photo didn't make it into the series they printed. I don't know why. I love this so much because you can see there's the accessories and there's more accessories as clips for not your belt, but your pocket. I saw that somewhere and was like, oh, that's kind of cute. I would not do that in real life because I would definitely lose it. But for a photo shoot, you can. I changed the hue of the leaves to make the red pop, because there wasn't really any red, so I also added the lipstick, and I wrote quack on the head. It just had an A, because the entire thing is just ducks, so quack. And again, with the plaster on the nose. Anyway, so that was the entire creative process of this photo shoot, and was really fun to do this with my wonderful model, Natalie, and she came all the way here to do the photo shoot with me. We had the entire afternoon to do this, put it all together, and then just head out, take a photo, come back, restyle, and then repeated that basically 4 times. And I love how the results came out. So this was more of a experimental photo shoot because I want to do more that are a bit out of the ordinary, right? So this one was very cutesy and very playful, and especially with the past years having been very beige and very white, beige, traditional, minimalist, clean, and now Pantone color being basically white, I rebel. Okay, I'm not into that. So this is my form of rebellion. Color everything, color everywhere. Boom. Be playful, be yourself, be expressive, because nobody is entirely white inside, metaphorically speaking. We have such diverse and multifaceted personalities. Everybody's different, and fashion is a means to express whatever that means for you, you know? A lot of people might not go all the way with the colors, but please just use fashion as a way to express yourself. It's a form of art. It's a form of just being yourself in this world that tries to make you fit in, and we're done with fitting in. You're wonderful as you are. Thank you. Bye!